So with that, I'll go to the next panel, and to be clear, I measure them both together. So it's not like one or the other is measured, because they really provide complementary information. But as Rhonda said, I cut my teeth as a diagnostic biomarker person, doing the first US-based NT-proBNP trials. And so I'm a big fan of identifying panels that tell us something that is present that we might not have otherwise known. So the other thing that we did, well, not the other thing, but one of the things that we did in Casablanca, again, this cath lab study, was we recorded the presence of and severity of coronary artery atherosclerosis that was determined right after the blood that we collected was drawn. So this gave us a unique opportunity to, again, using an inductive machine learning leveraged approach, to develop panels that identify the presence of and severity of coronary artery atherosclerosis. So in other words, a blood test to tell you that your patient has obstructed coronary arteries. And what we found was, on the next slide, 3 biomarkers that are independent predictors of a coronary artery lesion 70% or greater. And some of these, or one of these at least, would not come too surprising to anyone. But importantly, I remind you that high sensitivity troponin, although we measure it in individuals with suspected myocardial infarction, has robust associations with the presence of obstructive CAD, even in the absence of an MI. So in a separate analysis, not using these biomarkers in the PROMISE study, for example, I utilized high sensitivity troponin to show, yes, in fact, that it's a significant predictor, but it's not good enough alone. I mean, there's no reason, none of us would measure high sensitivity troponin in the office just as a wellness marker to predict obstructive CAD. You need more in order to support its valor as a predictor of obstructive disease. And with that, we identified 2 other markers that were robust, important predictors. One, once again, is kidney injury molecule 1, KIM1, originally described as a kidney injury marker, strongly associated with vascular disease, however, as well as adiponectin. You may recognize this. This is an adipokine, a cytokine released by fat tissue associated with dysglycemia, associated with accelerated atherosclerosis.